Hello, hello, hello. There is no music playing in the background, and that makes me feel so indifferent. Hey, y'all, how you doing? The reason why there's no music is because we're streaming on multi-platforms, and sometimes if I do that, some platforms are like, "Oh no, you don't own this, so you can't stream." And I'm gonna try and avoid that. So, welcome to my ASMR. Hello, how are we? Hi. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Hello. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hi. I needed to socialize today. So, hey, Coco. And hey, everybody who said hello. And then shout out to Afro Puffs out here self promoting. They said, listen, I'm trying to be great. That's what they said. They said, I'm trying to be great and you will deal. There we go. Yeah, so I wanted to go live and answer any questions that anybody may have had. I haven't been transparent along with like personal life and stuff, and I'm limited on that. But I was like, okay, let's try and do the multi stream thing and see where it gets us. Let's see where it gets us. Birthday twin, okay, turn up. Thank you for the late birthday wish. It was a month ago, but if it was for me, okay. If it's someone else's birthday, happy birthday. Cool. I see you Twitch. I see you Jal. I see you Spanish Cardi B. Hey boo. I see y'all. Oh man. Yeah, this quest of just having something to show at some point, we're working hard at it. And when I say we're, I mean me, and trying not to be stuck up about nothing. Trying to move through life the best way we can, right? Anybody else having okay days these days? I hope so. Do I got a moderator in Twitch to calm they ass down? Cause they doing too much right now. I want to get a chance to talk to everybody. He said, "What is up, y'all? Hey, Bo." Um, I know at some point I gotta make like just an actual video for y'all to go to, so I could update you on all of my decisions of being able to continue on with this series, man. Short synopsis is, I used to get so angry when y'all would call, what we know as SimLivNColor like my baby. It would piss me off so much because I wouldn't want to treat my baby the way I treat that shit. Always trying to strive for perfection. Like, how would you feel if you was my son and I was like, nope, not good enough, and then just smacked every single drink you ever drank out your hand? Not good enough. I mean, I'm gonna need you to be better. I don't treat my kids the way I treat what I'm trying to write. But then, after losing a few friends, some from coronavirus and some just the way life is, you lose people who are close to you. I had two people that I was really close to pass away the last couple years, and one of them, shout out to Kathy. I love me some Kathy, man. She was a huge supporter of everything that we were trying to attempt to do, right? And her main thing was like, she's like, don't get upset that people like see how passionate you are about something. Don't get upset. Like if you really want to make anybody eat their words, uh, treat it like it's your actual baby, right? So, I went on the path of like, okay, I was doing it wrong, working on something like this, like trying to voice act, animate, write, and do something episodic. I was doing it the complete wrong way. And we didn't care, because we was having fun, right? But to treat something like my baby, you have to be able to feed it, right? I was trying to make this be like my answer for everything. I'm like, okay, if I work hard enough and continuously get a chance to evolve over and over again, then who like can't no one say nothing to me, right? Like it doesn't matter as long as I'm happy creating something, right? But what do you do when you have a baby? You gotta get some jobs. You gotta feed it. You gotta make sure it's well taken care of. You gotta protect it, and that's what my route went. Like, thank you for the rest in peace wishes. Yeah, and yeah, it just loss. It changes you. It just you don't have a choice but to let that mug change you because it really be having you thinking of everything that you want to do for yourself before you run out of whatever time that you do have. So, I went out, got like a job. Y'all know I was building computers for the longest time. I'm still building computers today, but it's a little, calmed down a little bit. I I was starting up my business, I was going to have my LLC, and then the pandemic hit, and then that had to slow down. But now, long story short, I have two jobs now, I don't tell the internet my jobs because I don't want to lose them. No disrespect, but the internet is bananas. Okay, it is. And I got really comfortable with protecting my personal information. After security breach, my identity has been stolen so many goddamn times. So now I don't really tell the internet what it is I'm doing on my day to day or my personal life, or, and I was kind of just fading down to where I'm just completely cool with just saying, "What's up?" And then going back into the shadowy pits that I don't mind being at, being in that hermit life, But now I don't get mad when y'all call that shit my baby. Now I don't get mad. It's not known as SimLivNColor no more because I was doing everything in my power to get it out of The Sims, right? And now we're building the whole thing in Blender, and it's been a year-long journey. I didn't make this journey until make this decision until a year ago to take it out the video game and put it in the Blender. And it's been really fun trying to learn things. If I put something up on the screen to show, I'll do something real quick to show. Let me see. So I go live on Twitch often. And when I'm on Twitch, people who follow on Twitch are the ones who get to see me build scene to scene and build set to set and revamp each character to each character. And, I've rewritten these things so many times to the point where it took that whole year to be comfortable with how I've always wanted everything to go. The show is now called Gemini, and there's a reason for that, and I have better reasons of why it's called that now, but the major thing was to get it out the game and disassociate itself from The Sims. So I'm going to try and do this bit. How much can y'all see? Okay, if you can see my screen. For a while, we were remodeling the characters to try and, upgrade them the best we can. We learned how to motion capture. We learned about rendering at faster times. There was a lot that I was still trying to learn in order to make it all pop off and happen. I get really excited when I talk about this, but also get heavily discouraged because there's still so much that I do not know or understand, but it's been a learning process to try and figure that out. When this rolls out, I have it going on several different platforms at a time. And of course, Patreons get all of the firstness of it all, But I'm trying not to say something in hopes and get anyone's hopes up of what I want, because everything is subjected to change on how I would decide to present this, And it looks cool for now. There's other things that we were trying to do. I didn't know if I wanted to go to the route of realism or just keep it cartoony for the most part, because I am not a character designer. No, I am not. There are people who obviously do a way better job than I can at character design. And I just figure getting the first season of Gemini done could open up the world of people who also wanted to create things like this. But I've always just wanted to know the correct questions to ask people to do things for me, and it helps to know exactly what it is that I want, right? I'm getting really tired of talking about this. It makes me so happy to talk about it, but I'm getting tired of talking about it because it's repetitive for me. This has been a really long journey, right? So it's been it's been a really long journey. So every single time I show my face or use my voice and talk about this, it helps us, especially on Patreon. It helps us. But if I don't have anything solid to show, and constantly gaslight you over and over, it makes me angry that's where I'm at right now in terms of showing bits and pieces of this, That Saints Row vibe, cartoony, but still somehow realistic. They still kind of look like they're sim character models, and I'm kind of okay with that. But at the end of the day, I just got to continuously remind myself I do this because I genuinely love it, and I've always wanted to see something like it. And I got to get out of my head 99.9% of the time, but to know that to do just a simple live stream, to talk to you about that just briefly makes me feel better sometimes. Sometimes it makes me feel better. It does cause anything you can do to avoid it. I always do mid-season finale and on every season, okay? So sometimes Hermit Life is the way you got to go until you come back up 100. No, but that's the thing though. Like, I feel 100. I feel so happy and overjoyed of the decisions that I decided to make. It's crazy to understand what exactly improves your quality of life, right? Because you don't know until you take certain steps to get it there. You know, one could be eating better. One can be hopping on that treadmill and just walk a mile a day. One can be, you know, like maybe you're not happy with your working situation, so you try and move in a different direction with that. And the way social media is so embedded into our souls, and this is how a lot of us get to use our voices to connect with others or to raise hell or whatever. To see that one thing that turned me into the person that I am today, like kind of just be in the background now is crazy. It's dope, but just so crazy. It's intense. I think I'm going to play music anyway, because I think when I try and go live on Facebook with this thing, it cuts it off for whatever reason, and I do not know why. So give me my music back. Because Facebook tripping, it doesn't want to multi-stream when it comes to Facebook, and I don't know why. There we go. I hope my levels ain't peaking like crazy. That's what I really hope. I tried. But you give us previews like hyping us up like the next Wakanda movie. I give previews here and there, and then sometimes I'm subtle on the previews because I don't want to make such a drastic change. Like, y'all don't understand how many changes Bet went through for me to be subtly okay with the way things look now. But I just know this first go around, things aren't going to look like A grade, like the best thing in the world. And the beautiful part about making this episodic is the fact that we still have no choice but to go up in this direction. You know, it's like you make something and then 6 months later you hate what you make, but that means that you're better at what you do now than you were then. And, you know, we just have to sit and accept that it's not going to be perfect. Right. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Whatever I can do to speed up my render times to be able to get it somewhere, I know I'll be happy at some point. I'll be happy at some point. And said, how you been today, Hart? I've been okay, though. I really have been. I've been all right. He said, whatever masterpiece you have is worth waiting for. And, you know, I gotta hope. Like, I'm just feeling blessed enough that there's, you know, more than 5 of you who are interested to see where it decides to take itself. Man, it's such a humbling experience. Like, I don't know if it's coming with age or because of how my mental health is like trying to aid itself these days, but speaking and communicating with like physical people has become so challenging over the years. And I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's just something I have not figured out yet. I know if I picked up any phone or like hit up anybody and just respond to whatever it is that they're saying, there's just going to be no love lost, right? But it's different on the hand of, as a social media personality, you needing to be in people's faces every day to keep your relevancy is no longer really necessarily in my system. And that's another thing that I don't know how it's kind of making me feel. I'm like, God, is this good or bad? Like, I'm happy though. So is it really bad? Like, it's just questions and things that I got to make throughout whatever decisions I'm deciding to do for myself. All right. But enough about me. How are you doing? Are you all right? Everything okay with y'all? So, hey boo, hey baby girls, hey Nubian big goddess. What's entertaining y'all on the internet these days? Is there like is there a show that you are heavily caught up in? Have you binge watched everything? Did y'all watch Candyman? Demi took me to go see Candyman the other day. You know, I don't do scary movies, man. It's messing me up. I can't sleep. I can't go in the bathroom dark. I can't shut off the light, look at the mirror at the same time. I'm messed up for life now. He said, Rhonda Riff said, whoa. He said, take care of yourself. You're probably grown out of being an influencer into something more. It's growth. No, I don't know. It's like, to be an influencer, I have to want to sell y'all stuff. And, you know, someone asked about merch later on. I'm like, I figure I could get merch popping if I really wanted to, you know, but I have to actively have to want to like brand deal and sell. And it's more accepting now than from when I headed out. Like people that was so messed up. Yeah, I got called so many names for being a person that looks like she's begging, right, for patrons. And then like 6 months later, everyone's on Patreon. 6 months later, everyone's like, well, at least I got Patreon. I was like, y'all was bullying me so much because I did not want to take any brand deals. And then I was like, I want the people to tell me what I'm worth, and not these companies that are mostly owned by white people to tell me what they think I'm worth, right? And then, you know, you open up about that, and I don't know. I'm cool with it now. People are getting it how they live. Trust nobody. You know, you gotta make it however you can, especially if you love doing it. I'm glad that message got out now, but come on. Jocelyn, hey boo boo. Is it you wrong? I'm not late. I'm like late scrolling down to read what everybody is saying. What's up? Pretty good. Had a crazy storm happen today. Lightning hit. Ooh, you are on the East Coast. But that's what makes it. So can't compare your work to others. Can only compare to you, especially when most of us love everything about the series, regardless how it's delivered. That's what's up. I'm glad that y'all love it just as much as I do. And said, what? The character is very realistic. That ain't stuff black folk don't do. He said, I miss you and your content. Hey, boo. He said, I love you. He said, I will buy all the merch. Okay. He said, you were not begging. He's like, I saw others spam their chat, their links. You only said it once and done. He said, you also talk to us all, no matter who is here, not just paid chats. Oh, that's what most people do. It's like, I figured if you wanted to support me, you would just do it because you believe in me in some way, shape, or fashion. But I know, as the shitty businesswoman as I am, this is like the way I'm doing things isn't how you're supposed to do it if your full like lifetime goal is to be an influencer. But that whole, I never thought like I'd be in my 30s and working with an employer, you know what I mean? Like having my freelancing and then working with an employer and then being hush hush about it. And I don't know if it's like something in the black community, but in the black community, it's really common to flex on everything that you got. And I don't understand the concept of flexing. What's the point of flexing if you know they proud? You know, like if they already proud of you, what the fuck is the point of flexing on shit? You know, so now as I look at everything that we've accomplished up until this point, like it's this, okay, I have a resume, but I don't have to constantly keep proving my accolades to you over and over. Like we just human beings just trying to get through life, and I'm rooting for you just as much as you rooting for me. What the hell? And said, hey, been watching SimLivNColor since the beginning. Love the series. Keep great work. Look forward to new episodes. Running from this damn hurricane. Ooh, child. Y'all be safe out there. Said facts. There are so many people like that will watch your content and say, I miss your content and you. I understand it all, but this is something I used to look at it like this is maybe you just got to get it all out your system. But I feel myself being able to work on this for the rest of my life, and it would just be a blessing if it just turned into this thing that I do, and then that would be my job. But in this case scenario, it just can't be because I'm not willing to do what a regular influencer is supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be posting photos on Instagram every day. You're supposed to, hype up your girlfriend every day. And I hype up me some Demi, okay? I will hype up some Demi. You're welcome to join the relationship for a small flat rate, okay? But I hype the fuck out my girlfriend, and people, you gonna get sick of me with that. I love that girl so much. And if every single post from this point on is just me hyping it up until the wheels fall off, best believe I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. He said, I miss your content. I always recommend your series to anyone I know that plays Sims 4. That's dope. That is dope. I hope y'all understand the reason why I'm trying to take it out of The Sims. I hope you get that. knowing that SimLivNColor is just an alias, and the name of my Patreon page is gonna have to change at some point. I know what I'm gonna change it to, but I got so many live streams with this little button down here, but the handle is gonna have to change because I want to make other stuff, you know. The show, you know, the name of it's going to change. You know, the history of what is SimLivNColor is not going to go away. You're still going to be able to see where it all stemmed from. But I want to make other things. I wrote a mockumentary that I really want to start filming once the budgeting for it is right. I have me and Demi wrote a show. And it's like, if I can use this page to develop other content that I've always wanted to see while getting this out of my system, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. But it's been, you know, we working at it. You know, those things take time when you're doing it all on your own, you know. He said, do you ever see yourself as an animator working for an actual studio? I don't look at myself like I'm that great of an animator, right? Like, I can, you know, show you what motion capture looks like with this dialogue all day, every day. I'm skeptical showing you this preview right here because the show isn't going to look like this, right? Okay, so hold on. You can't see my screen yet. Let me get it set up. Hello. Yes. Okay. All right, so this was me trying to do a cinematic test of using the sim animations tied in with whatever I decide to do, and I hate it, right? So it doesn't look like this anymore. We figured out how to light appropriately and how to make scenes not have too many objects in there so they can render fast, because anybody who works with the Blender program, them render times, girl, no. This is also in really bad quality, right? So this was just a camera test to try and get comfortable with how I want the layout and blocking to be in certain things. So all I know is like what you see in SimLivNColor, it's not the same because now we have the opportunity to slow scenes down. We have the opportunity to let characters read off of one another and react and pose them and not have to go cut, bam, 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 just because the Sims move their mouths a little bit, right? Now we have full control over the pace of everything, and I'm trying to be cinematic about it, and I hope it don't come out goofy. I hope, okay? That's a big try, you know? But yeah, like the simple stuff of like how she walked up to it and paused a little bit, like that's some stuff that we would have did in The Sims, but now we don't have to. We have the option to use like actual motion capture from other video games now. You said, oh my God. I like the story and don't care how you build it. I appreciate that. You said, girl, this looks amazing. But yeah, no, the big thing was the camera movements and the dialogue and trying to bring them to life. I'm still trying to play all the voices myself, but it is very possible that before anything is shown, I might have to hire on a different voice actor if I don't feel the scene enough, you know. But this first season for it would be an experiment. It's technically a continuation of what we did with SimLivNColor, but also like a season 1 remaster, right? So Gemini, it's gonna be its own thing, and whatever we did in the Sims gameplay is the story of Gemini, but the first like 4, maybe 5 episodes would be like your SimLivNColor season 1, and then the rest of the season is what would continue to be SimLivNColor, right? But as Gemini, as its own identity, the concept, the plot hole, not plot holes, but the plot is basically the same. The character arcs that we built while it was in The Sims is still kind of the same, but a little bit more elaborate. Somebody who has a lot more of a bigger role in the story is Dimitri, Tracy, and Red. But our 4 main characters for Gemini is Jeannie, Bet, Yanti, and Zane. You know, I'm trying to remember where in the world did I put my stuff? Sitting in front of this computer. Child. Let me see something. Sharing a photo real quick. Hold on. Oops. This is Dimitri. Dimitri and Sydney's roles just become important, even though we don't necessarily get into like a backstory. The reason what makes Bet, Zane, Jeannie, and Yanti main characters for the first season is the fact that they have full episodes that take us to their past. And expect certain things to be a little different. You know, we'll take the same concept of what we were trying to do in The Sims, but instead of Yanti's backstory being the way it was in The Sims, it's going to a different character. While the same instances happen, it happens in a different way this go round, because that's what I wanted. Okay. But yeah, either way, trying to find time to create it all has been really, really, really fun. And so I'm happy to say how far you've come. Like, I remember the day one, and I'm so happy to see this. And so what about my guy Cash? I didn't take any renders of Cash yet. He still kind of just looks basic right now. I have him though. If you want to go to Twitch, if you go to a Twitch live stream, I do show Cash a little bit, but I didn't take any pictures of him. Okay, but Cashier is in full effect, ready to go. I think I took the past live streams I've done discussing this. I don't know why I keep doing that. I just like, sometimes I'll like live stream and be like, I'll do something better later, and then just private those live streams and come back at a different time. So this isn't the first time I'm coming back to the SimLivNColor YouTube channel, but it looks like it because I keep privating live streams. I don't know why I do this now. Do we call it growth? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I do not have an answer. But yeah, if you go to twitch.tv/SimLivNColor and look at like the latest live streams, you can get an idea of what I've been working on lately and trying to polish. I'm done a lot more than people think I am, but I haven't been wanting to show anything because I know how it makes me feel after I show something, right? And then I try and I just know how it makes me feel when I try and show people something that I'm doing. So I've been real hush and like being selective of what I decide to present to people. Like these little previews, they cute, but it's not everything. All right, how's this stream health? Press 3 if you can hear me. Where are we at? Do you ever see yourself? Am I gonna get a bunch of 3s? Turn up. Turn up, turn up. Okay. Because you know that it likes to exit out sometimes. It sure does. Lowered expectations. Oh, please lower your expectations. Hey, Leisha. Do that. They said 3. Oh, man. I'm ready for a Q&A. Ask me questions. I completely understand if you don't want to ask no questions about the story because you don't want to give nothing away. Wait, I'm gonna ask y'all a question and then y'all can ask me some questions. Originally, the way I wanted to roll all this out is to just release the whole first season to tier 3 patrons, right? Just the whole season ready to go for you. But as I'm going live, I'm getting told that I shouldn't do it that way. I had got the suggestion to go ahead and do the whole like, okay, so when this gets released on the Hartbeat YouTube channel, it's the buttered down version on the channel, and then the raunchy version goes to Patreon. And don't release anything early because people want to be able to experience the story as if it's episodic weekly. What do you feel is the best way I should accommodate to people? Because the tier 3 patrons are supposed to get early content, you know? Should I keep it that way? I don't know. Like, y'all had me second guessing myself, and I had like a plan for like the last 6 months, you know? So what do you think? If it's okay if you don't have any insight, but I would love to know if any of y'all have like a better idea on how to roll this out. It's like, I bet they are great 3. How old is Cash now? Cash in Gemini is 9 years old and Sydney is 8 years old. Is it, what are the platforms you plan to go with for the show? When is it out? It's going on YouTube, it's going on Patreon, and it will be featured on the website, and it's also going somewhere else, but I'm not gonna say where. It said, make your money, make people pay for the entire series. Let them choose. I don't mind waiting. I think it should be episodic rollout. The rollout, you can hold like premieres and stuff. Okay. It could be an episode, but I have to adhere. The whole purpose of tier 3, tier 2. Hold on. I gotta make sure. I keep feeling like I'm saying like the wrong tiers. Let me make sure I'm saying it correctly so I'm not confusing nobody. Public page. Thank you. Yes, tier 1, $1, no extra benefits. Tier 2, $3. Tier 3, $9. Now my tier 3, $9. I have like so I'm getting a new Discord channel, by the way, but I haven't announced it yet. There'll be a new Discord place, but my $9 are my focus group, right? So I've already held 3 different focus groups in the past like few months. I'm gonna comment down a little bit because they gave really good suggestions. So that's like a perk. I also want to be able to give anybody who decides to sponsor the show some merch, and I'm able to do that with Patreon now. You know, I just want to make sure I'm not judging anybody on these benefits, because as much as I want to just really drop the whole thing all at once, like, here, this is what I did, this is the idea, the plan, it might be easier or smarter to let people be indulged with the story that comes out every week, you know, or just do some Netflix shit and just be like, they said Netflix, can tier 3 patrons pay to see the next episode a week early? Oh, like, you think they should pay after all they're already done being patrons in tier 3? Maybe let the people who want to watch it all pay more. Okay, does it make it feel like a TV show where it comes on every week? Episodic rollout sounds great. I think patrons should get the raunchy versions and everyone else gets the non-raunchy version. Okay. Is it, I do believe there is a method for releasing a series on YouTube episodically. I recommend releasing season 1 that way and charging a full season price for viewership. However, patrons receive the entire season first. Okay. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, I was completely fine with just dropping everything all at once, but like hearing people the way they wish they should watch something, you know, that had me like, really? That's how y'all want it? Y'all don't want, like, because don't you get kind of excited when like a show that you watch on Netflix just drops all the episodes and then you can watch it on your time anyway, you know? But if we do it episodic, what I was going to do, I hope I didn't break this down. What I was going to do is release the first episode publicly on YouTube, and the day that it that episode drops publicly on YouTube is the day the full season is available for Patreons, right? And then on YouTube, it's still episodic, so you'll get the next episode next week, the next episode, you know, in another few weeks. But then people were breaking it down, like, why do that when you can just keep it episodic and then offer patrons like higher benefits in some way, shape, or fashion? And you said patrons receive the entire first season first. It's like, I don't watch all the episodes at once on Netflix. I do. I have an issue that I'm literally thinking about myself in these terms, because something comes out and I have to finish it as soon as I watch the first episode. I'm that person. I don't even know why I'm judging myself. That shit lit. And shit, I like that. Massive rollouts have become the norm. But we need more episodic rollout. Got you. Well, girl, I do too. Okay, yeah, I watch everything in one sitting and feel no shame. You know? That's precisely what I do. I really hope this microphone isn't so loud to the point where it's like fucking y'all up. I hope. Does it sound sultry? Or does my voice sound annoying? He said, oh my God, I caught it. Hey, boo-boo. Hello. Oh, if you was going to ask me why I got a fanny pack on when ain't nobody here and I ain't going nowhere, like Demi took me to go see Candyman. And, you know, like I keep hearing a bunch of sounds behind me and like around the corner, knowing damn well it's just me and a dog, and there shouldn't be no thumps, you know, like I'm just at home by myself. And, you know, I hope I don't say his name like a little couple more times. Like, what is the downtime for saying that man's name? Cause no. Okay, I'm a little paranoid right now. Just letting you know I would pay for the entire season and watch at my own pace. Okay, all right, that's good to know. Hey, I just wanted to know. Purple makes me look good. It's still a bop. Thank you, boo boo. Oh God, we were such a cornball, like a happy little cornball, and it worked for us. Currently binging watching The Good Fight. Okay. With all the time, money, and effort you're putting into this series, you should make that money back plus interest. Okay, business person, tell me like it is, because I sure would be like, well, I loved doing it, so let's just make a cool little $5 from it. My dumb ass. Like, this is why I constantly fail at life, is because I'd be like, well, I love it, so I don't need to be rich. He said, I'm fighting this shit. Okay. He said, you have a dog? He down there. He said, I love horror movies and I'm the same way. Like, I can watch horror films. Like, I loved Us, right? I loved Us. It took me a minute to love it, because when I'm watching like sci-fi things that build its own world and rules, it takes me a minute to try and understand where it's all going, right? So this one with Jordan Peele's name on it, and I made the mistake of not watching the first Candyman when it before watching this one, because I thought it was like a remake, and I didn't know it was a continuation. So then after we watched the movie, then I watched the first Candyman, and I was so confused. I was like, what? The first Candyman movie is terrifying. Tony, what's his name? Tony the actor who plays Candyman is so terrifying. His voice is scary as hell, and they used none of that in this remake. I'm not going to give any spoilers or nothing, but it was just really weird how they mapped everything out, and I'm like, Tony Todd, thank you. And it was just, I don't know, me and Demi came back home trying to analyze it, and we were like, yo, cinematically this is good. The cinematography is on point. It's a beautiful looking movie, but it's just, there was something that felt kind of flat about it. But you can make your own opinions. Don't let me ruin it for you. I haven't seen Candyman yet, but I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I would advise to go watch it. It's a cool little experience, but it was really weird. Jordan Peele's name is on there, and it didn't, I don't know. I haven't seen Candyman. Tony Todd does provide the voice for Candyman in the new film, though. But they don't use it as often as they should. He said world building is the best, most fundamental part of making a series. That's why shows like Game of Thrones, The 100, etc. are so successful. He is a nice guy. I met him and he took his time talking with me. That's what's up. He said, Hart, make your money. Plus there could be another tier added on, maybe like for more exclusive stuff and etc. along with you being paid your worth. Yeah, I understand that. And he said, I love the first Candyman. So good. Yeah, the first Candyman, that was really, that's the one that really scared me. That's why I'm over here with, protection for eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get yourself something small like this, it might not like be cool enough to like stop somebody, but it'll scare them. You know what I mean? Just, why? You know what I'm saying? Just on the neck, just a little bit. I know he got a whole ass hook, but at least I'm not certified to carry firearms. I'm not supposed to say that out loud. I'm supposed to say it to keep it to myself, but ooh. It's for people who don't like scary movies, maybe. No, it's terrifying. Like, if black people ain't gonna say that name 5 times in front of nothing. What? We not gonna do that. We hell superstitious. I know I'm a superstitious person too, so you ain't gonna catch me doing that stupid shit. I said, what a heart. Hey, Vaughn. How are you? You okay? What up, you good? You know, I had to come check on you day one. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you coming in and checking on me. We just chopping it up. Went from conversation to conversation. I appreciate y'all throwing in the suggestions on how to roll all this out. I think I have a general idea of how it would go. I have to pay complete homage to the people who remained sponsors for this long to make sure that we was able to buy plugins, we was able to research, we was able to take like tutorial classes. Like, y'all have no idea how much y'all being patrons helped me out discovering what it is that we trying to do, man. Tony Todd would have made a mighty fine Jigsaw. Real shit. No, yeah, most def. He said, I want to be a fly on the wall watching her execute her plan with Candyman. No. Speaking of Jigsaw, I heard there's going to be a Saw show, like an episodic Saw situation. He said, what's up? How are you? I'm okay. How about yourself? You doing all right? You doing okay out here in these streets? Yeah. Okay, cool. You didn't even answer. I'm just going to assume that you cool. We just going to assume it. I assume. Yeah, I appreciate y'all taking the time out to come in here too. That's dope. Let's see. As a Chicago native, I truly appreciate the legitimacy Nia DaCosta put into capturing the city and the turmoil Black citizens endure. She did a mighty fine job in that regard. It's very interesting because in the second film, you just see like a lot of white people being mad that gentrification was the message. Like, and Jordan Peele always has a message in his movies or whatever, but they're complaining. I'm like, bitch, shut up, okay? At least the message is there. It's not overdone. Shut your ass up. You the only one complaining, all right? This is what we wanted for ourselves. Shut up. But it's so funny because in the first movie, the main Helen person addresses that when the Candyman killed a Black woman, no one came to help. But then as soon as she gets punched by someone in the neighborhood, all types of cops is in the area. And she addresses that in the movie in 92. And while the second film does that, it only sticks to one issue, but doesn't really... it does the Black hero thing instead of, I don't know. I just feel like this new movie didn't do what the first movie did. That's all. But I'm trying to think of the words on how to elaborate, and I can't think of how to elaborate on it right now. If we heard someone saying his name, they would get the second Kent, and we'd be gone. Bye. As a hey heart, hey, I don't know exactly how they are going to do the show, but a Saw series sounds interesting. It does. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to watch now, especially after the pandemic. It's a lot to watch. Hey Cyber, how are you? I know you asked me, but I'm gonna ask you back because I'm good. I'm being as good as I can. Welcome to Men on Films. Oh man, all the things comedy was able to get away with in the 80s. Wow. In the early 90s. Currently binging and watching. Well, dope. Okay. Hear me out. I know I probably didn't answer... Wait, were there questions that y'all had that you were holding because I was like in my own little thing talking about whatever the hell? You said still watching SimLivNColor now. Yeah. That joint was funny. Because I don't want to wind myself down. There's so many shows out now. It's both great and extremely overwhelming. It is. I'm trying not to watch too many because of, when you write your own stuff, you want to try and be as original as possible. But what's about to come out? I'm watching the L Word Generation Q. I just, that's my little 15-year-old me, my little half-year-old me. A huge fan of the L Word when it was out, and that was like my lesbian Bible when it was out. And then there wasn't really a lot of shows out there that like showed the lifestyle that I've always wanted, and that was like one of the shows. And I'm not gonna sit here in front, like I was a fan of it. I think as just a lesbian in general, you like was fucking with it at some point. So now I'm trying to watch Generation Q, and it's been interesting. It's been nice to see these old characters come back up on screen, and yeah, it's been kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, but I just want to kind of get through the next few episodes and then have an opinion on it a little later, There's so many shows out now. Ooh, I'm watching. But these kids don't know. These kids do not know. Once they make a reboot of Noah's Ark, then we'll talk. And he said, I'm watching the original Word right now. Turn up. Yeah, no, I've always wanted that. I think a lot of, black lesbians have always wanted a show like that, but for them. And as much as these people try, it's like, it just don't happen. Like, I'm waiting for a series. I know it's happening. I know Lena Waithe is like out there doing her motherfucking thing right now. Like with everything that she's doing with the Chai and then the short film she made, she's doing the damn thing. But, like I'm trying to see the Young and May type, like what's their story? Like make a short film about that shit. Put it up. See what happens. Yes, I've been catching up on American Horror Story. I finished it, the last season at least. American Horror Story 1984. Interesting. Coven is my favorite American Horror Story season. I don't know if it's because of the humor of it. Yes, please, more Noah's Ark. I don't know if it's because of the humor of the third season of American Horror Story. I don't know why it's my favorite. I just feel like all the actors did a phenomenal job on that one. But then every single season after that, it feels like it's like I like them. They're dope. But they all went into the same formula as Murder House after a while, Like the whole you die on the property and can't leave thing, right? So it's like, you said Coven was the best. Like, have you gotten your series copywritten yet? I strongly hey, don't, Legion, you already know. Like I said, the series is my baby and I gotta take care of it. Yeah, there was just something about Coven. I don't know if it was because about witches or what, but I love the storyline from beginning to end and the surprises of it all and the things that you knew were kind of going to happen, but the way they presented it and executed it was on point. But like after the seasons of progressing, like those shock value things kind of just stopped, I think like Hotel was when it just got, I don't know. No disrespect to the show and everybody who works on it though, because it's a fire ass show. It was how they presented the story. Yeah, I remember the video Hart made about Coven. Yep, I went to witch school. I was there, and them bitches crazy. AHS Cult was really good. Too slept on, in my opinion. Evan Peters. Is that the last thing that Evan Peters was on? Like, I feel like Evan Peters was missing in this last season for sure. Like, that was no disrespect to Pose. That last season was not it. No disrespect to Billy Porter. Like, just no disrespect to anybody who works on it. Chick who plays Angel, all that. But I remember watching the first season of Pose and getting like really delved into the story. One, because it plays my kind of music, man. It started with my kind of music and got interesting by its second season, and I just feel like the third season was so rushed for no reason. Like, there was no reason that they needed to rush it, and they did it anyway. And it felt so, I felt happy that it was done, but they really honestly could have waited. I would have been fine with it being picked up with a third season, and then they waited before they released anything. But it just felt so rushed out, and I feel We were like, me and Demi were both upset. We were just like, ah, damn. Still fun to watch. He said that's why when we brought up Evan Peters. So Evan Peters was in the first season of Pose, and that storyline that he had with Angel was dope. I was hoping that they was going to continue that storyline, and then they just kind of nipped it. Even though I stan Poppy and Angel, you know, but yeah, there's missed opportunities in a lot of places. Yeah, he took a break because the character he played did a lot to his mental health. Oh Lord. I started watching Pose because I wanted to learn what they go through for better understanding. Yeah, that's good. Maria Levine made that series dope. Angel played that part. He said Angel got on my nerves, all that crying. Like me and Demi, it's not like, okay, all right. We love Pose, we love the people in it, and it's no tea, no shade to the show at all. But there's like a certain pace that third season had that was mildly so annoying. It's like after every single scene that would happen, it's like a monologue of an inspirational monologue would happen right after. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to the ball. What do you mean you're not gonna go to the ball? Be there for your family, because family got family. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to marry Papi. After everything that man does for you, you're gonna say that you don't want to marry him because you're scared? After everything he did for you, you should be able to want to do this, that, the other. It's like I was so drained by the third EP. It's like no matter what, it was always just this inspirational speech. And as much as I love Angelica, oh my God, I was so fed up. This telling me like, no, because they got to know that our people are dying from HIV nonstop. And then we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep doing it. And we're gonna... Oh my God. Hey, Warm Heart, how are you, baby? He said, hey, sweetie, glad to see your smiling face and seeing you giggling. Yeah, those dimples, too. Hey, you. Hey to you, honey. Hey, baby. I hope everything's okay with you, too. That wedding was everything. No, it was. That was a really dope wedding episode out of a lot of series, man. And so, Heart, you are speaking straight facts. It's just something about it. I'm like, so now that me and Demi are like writing our own shows and shit, and we're trying to support the community and watch all the shows that the community got. I still have yet to watch P Valley. Okay, I've been seeing things here and there, but I've been kind of waiting and waiting on that. But watching these gay inspirational shows, it's just like it's like I love it, but there's something real. You got to keep fighting. It's not us. It's them. It's them. It's us against them. Back and forth. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. When Angel came out as Little Red Riding Hood, I was in awe. I said, bruh, go watch P Valley now. I'm trying. Okay, I'm sleeping on it a little bit. Oh my Heavenly Father, you haven't seen P Valley? Come on, Heart. No, I haven't. I'm waiting. Let me wait a little bit. I just want to wait just a little bit. Something else I watched was the show Generation on HBO. I think it's HBO Max. Have y'all seen Generation? I know you've seen the little clip because they turned it into a meme. They were like, I'm trying to return this back to Target. Target's that way. Why do you hate lesbians? It was like, I'm not paying for these. She grabs a stack of cups. After everything you've done to my people, reparations. That was the funniest part of the whole Generation series. I thought the whole thing was going to be that way, but there was something about the show. Okay, so I loved it. The person who plays Chester is just such a great actor for him to be able to play a role like that coming from the Get Down, you know? But I loved it, but it's teenage problems. Like, it's Degrassi teenager problems. And after you watch one season, it's not really repeatable because now you know how they could have gotten out of these easy ass problems, right? But that shit, Generation was shot beautifully. I liked it. That's another show I'd recommend trying to watch. I'm so mad at TV now. Every time I get a show I love, they cancel it and we're left with BS. Well, wouldn't you rather the show be canceled other than them trying to string along and adding like people who don't deserve to be in a writer's room onto the show? I feel like that's especially what happens with black shows for sure. It's like a black show will be successful because the director or writer was like heavily involved in its first season, and then they bring on more people to try and pump out more for the show, and then having all those different voices involved make a very lackluster show because it's not coming from the person who created it anymore. And I think that's really typical. And said I really liked it too. Okay, all right. I'm going to bow out and back down. Okay. I'm mad that Lovecraft Country got canceled. A lot of different stuff had to, but I'm going to back down. This is a great conversation, but I'm going to back down. This video may or may not self-destruct. I'll keep it up for maybe like a week, but it might go away. I appreciate all of y'all who came in here to just talk with me. It does wonders to my mental health to just speak about things briefly. Because I'm going out of my mind a lot of the time and just hoping for the best with myself and what I want, that coming back and seeing that y'all still hold a bit of interest, still hold, some faith that I'll get it together one day. But I appreciate y'all when you do that. You don't understand. Even if you just coming in to say hello for a little bit, even if you just lurking in the background, you don't really want to participate in the chat. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being that kind of support. Thank you. I hope you understand that I love you so much in the face when y'all do that, man. All right. Damn it, I deleted my accidentally comment. Oh, it's okay. Thank you, Hart. We know you got this and we trust you and trust the process. So we love you, Hart. I love y'all. Lurk. Thank you for coming in, Mere Human. Appreciate you. And Sarah, appreciate you. Oh, they kept me live on Facebook. Oh, that's dope. No one was commenting. Okay, but good night. Good night to all of you. Thank you. I need to put twitch.tv on the little screen right here. If you go to twitch.tv/SimLivNColor, if you just want to watch extended me trying to build the series and showing people what I'm doing, there's still a couple streams up that you can go back and watch if you want to go watch those. And thank you. Thanks for coming. You guys have a great night. Sweet dreams back to you.